What are the emotions like here in the locker room?
Obviously everybody's pretty excited, but like you said, we have 2 weeks yet, so we're just focusing on the day at hand. We got to attack the meetings, go attack this walkthrough, and then attack the meetings again. So everybody's just really hungry to get out there and win one more.
Nick has said that he wants to keep things as normal as possible. Do you guys feel that, or does it feel different?
It's like a mix of both. It feels pretty normal, but at the same time, I'm sure when we get down there for the whole week, stuff will be feeling even more different than it does now.
Dallas, when you got here, obviously the team was coming off the Super Bowl win. Was it kind of weird coming into this locker room after they accomplished something, but you hadn't yet?
I wouldn't say it was weird. I looked up to all those guys. Obviously, getting to the Super Bowl is the pinnacle of this sport. Winning the Super Bowl is the pinnacle of this sport. So, got to learn from a lot of guys that were here right after it. Got to hear their stories, how amazing it was, things like that. So it just made me even more hungry to get there, and here we are. So looking forward to it.
What are some of your memories of those guys still kind of celebrating that win when you arrived?
Yeah, probably the biggest one I remember was it was towards the end of OTAs. It might have been the end of it. They had the ring ceremony where they all got their rings, and everybody's like, "Are you going?" I'm like, "What the heck am I going for? I didn't do nothing. I'm not on that team that's going there." So that was probably the one thing. Everybody they brought back the old players. Obviously, the players that were there just had an incredible weekend where I was just sitting at home dreaming about it, wishing that I could be there, hoping that I'd be there one day. So
remember what you did that night?
No, I think I waited until they were done, and then a couple of them hit me up when they were going out, and I might have got hung out with them with their rings on, and I felt like a little man out there since they all had their sweet Super Bowl rings.
Some of those guys obviously still here right now. What kind of tone and what message are they sending to you guys who have not been on the stage just yet?
Yeah, obviously some of the older guys that are still here, Brandon Graham, Fletch, Kelsey Lane, Isaac, they're hungry, especially the ones that are getting older towards the end of their career. This is a big one for them, and, we're all playing for them.
Dallas, is the waiting the hardest part?
Yeah, I think so. It's only Thursday, but it already feels like it's been a super long week, the anticipation. I'm sure it's just going to get longer as the week goes on, and we're locked up in a hotel, but, it's a lot better than being locked up on your couch.
Do you know what to expect next week with all the extra stuff that comes with that?
Not really. I'm going to be learning on the fly, obviously talk to some vets as we get down there and things like that, but I'm going to take it all in, soak it all in, and, just make sure I can do everything I can to be prepared so when I step out on the field that I'm ready to go.
Really, it's just been my city, Yazoo County, and Bend, Mississippi. They're very proud of me, reaching the Super Bowl, achieving a goal that I've been having for a long time. But, man, everybody's happy.
The production has been really good. I mean, why do you think that's the case?
Because I work hard and I keep my head down and I stay focused on what I have to do, and I don't let the big moments get to me, and I just work hard, and it's not seen from a lot of people, but the people that know that I've been working hard knows that it's time.
What do you think has made the biggest difference in your career since you've been here?
Let's see, I say probably just the motivation from the guys around. When you surround yourself around good guys and they bring in good guys, man, it just all fuels in the fire. You bring in extra on top. So just being motivated by those guys, being successful, and myself just being ready when the time comes.
You mentioned not letting the moment get too big. How do you do that, and is that something you've always been able to do?
Yeah, I always been like that my whole life. I never let the moment get to me. Even when I was in high school, went to state championship, college, 2019. Went to the AAC championship. Never let the moment get too big. So now we at this point. I'm at this point in my life where it's a big moment, but it won't never get to me. And I just stay focused and keep my head down, keep working.
Why do you think that is? How do you do that?
I was just born like that, I guess. Yeah.
Since you got in the league, I know you talked a lot about earlier this year, how much you worked in the offseason on your body and getting in shape.
Yeah.
What's the biggest, have you changed body composition, that sort of thing, since you've been in the NFL?
Yeah, I have. I was a little smaller in college. I was 190 in college. So now I'm up to like 202, 205 winning, and like they're just being like a better step for me, being up to that weight and like having my mindset ready for like you need to be here to sustain your body throughout a whole longer season, so like that is what been good.
Do you see that weight and that extra strength show up on tape too?
Yeah, for sure. I always been a tough guy, and they're just in my making, see flesh the same way, but they're just in our in our bloodline, just to be hard-nosed, tough, never let the first man bring you down, you get in a fight, don't let the first person knock you out type, they're just us, and like that always been me.
Is there someone from your life that's reached out in the last week that's been like kind of cool for you to talk to again?
I talked to my head coach from high school. Just getting back connected to him, and we've been gone for like 6 years now from high school. So like just getting back connected with Coach Dobbs and like hearing his voice. I had a camp this summer and I got a chance to talk to him then, but like getting a chance to talk to him again this year and him being happy for me to make it to the Super Bowl. So like that's a big thing for me. Yeah.
This is an obvious question, but how excited are you?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Happy we get a chance to go to Arizona, but it's all about the work, man. They just win it,
Yeah, feeling really good. Ready to go, so which is great, and the opportunity arises, and that is fantastic. But it's good to be back out there with the guys and get to do my thing for a couple of weeks, and we'll see how it goes.
Do you anticipate being the guy?
I mean, I've always got to anticipate that. So, if I don't think that, then I'm not doing anything good by me. So I'm going out there to prepare to play, and that's all there is to it. And whatever happens. But it's a great opportunity to be able to go out there and do my thing.
I know that we talked to you a few weeks ago, and you said you thought maybe NFC Championship game you'd be ready. Do you feel like you could have played, or was it just like let's keep it safe?
No, I feel like I could have played, definitely. Mentally, physically, I was ready to go. That's the only thing that I need to concentrate on the whole time. It's just making sure that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I'm good. Obviously, it's great to be in this situation now to be able to go out there in 2 weeks' time and hopefully be part of it. But yeah, now it's 2 weeks to just fully prepare and be ready to go.
Do you feel kind of grateful that you might have this opportunity?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, who wouldn't be? It's been a long grind over the last kind of 7 to 8 weeks, and very fortunate to be in this position to have a shot at it and see what happens.
Anything physically you have to make sure of at practice?
No, look, as I said, I'm good to go, which is great. I'm sure that if that was the case, then I probably wouldn't be out there. But no, it's everything's going well. Strength has gone really, really good, and rehab's done a really good job in terms of the trainers and that to be fully prepared.
What's it been like sitting back and watching the last couple weeks?
Tough. It's been great that the guys have done such a great job, and we're playing our best football obviously at the right time. Do you have moments of where you obviously want to be out there? There's no doubt, but we're in this position now, and that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, no, unbelievable year.
Do you allow yourself to reflect on how far you've come from being? I mean, you weren't even one of the big money undrafted rookies.
Right. Now it's been going by really fast, and I haven't really had a time to sit back and look back at all the things that we've done. But after the season, I'll have time for that for sure. But we have a job to do. Our season's not finished yet, so we're really excited to go out and play.
What do you remember about when camp started, or even going back to OTAs? Did you ever feel like the odds are so against me? How am I going to even get the reps to show what I can do and that kind of thing? Or?
Oh, absolutely. Just like you said, coming in as an undrafted, one of the lowest guys on the totem pole, I knew I had to work. I mean, I still feel like there's odds against me. I play with a chip on my shoulder still, and I'm not going to lose that, for the rest of my career. That's how I was raised, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of my career. So.
When did you feel like I'm getting their attention?
I guess it was preseason games, especially the final one. I had to play a lot. Obviously, I was just one of those guys that had to do special teams and defense because they was going to rest everybody else. But I felt like I had their attention when, I just didn't give up. I didn't bat an eye at anything. So, they know I can play. I play hard, and that's just my work ethic when I come in. So.
How rare it is for undrafted rookies to have a role in a Super Bowl team?
Yeah, I mean, it is very rare, and that's something I just love this love the sport, and it's just another opportunity to play at a high level on the big stage. So I just can't wait.
What about the mental? We knew in training camp physically, you were there, you had ability, you looked like you belonged from the start. But the mental side is really hard, and just to be ready, like when Chauncey got hurt, and to be able to just jump in there and do what you did. Where does that come from? That mental toughness, mental fortitude?
Well, I've been playing this sport and sports in general for a long time now, and outside of sports, I've worked on a farm out in very, very hot conditions in Alabama. So it's a work ethic that's been instilled from my parents and from everybody that I've been around, and I look at everybody on the team here, Jalen and Marcus and all these guys. I mean, they're workhorses, and you want to match them. So I guess that's where I get my motivation from too.
When did you were you supposed to get drafted? What was the draft?
Honestly, I think I was either going to go day 3, or undrafted. So I wanted to get drafted. I didn't really know what my percentage was of getting drafted at the time, but I knew that I was either going to be more than likely to be undrafted. So
you're probably better off.
Yeah.
Because if you got drafted in the 7th round, you wouldn't be here.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm enjoying my time here. I mean, who wouldn't be on this team right now? We picked a really good team to be on, so I'm glad I can contribute just a little bit. So
how do you kind of balance wanting to kind of stick with the process and do your job and practice hard, and also, you're going to the Super Bowl and got to enjoy the moment a little bit?
Yeah, it's one of those things that it hasn't hit me yet, and I think it's just because I'm a rookie and I haven't played in a full season of us not getting to a Super Bowl. So, this is like one of the first times I've ever been on a winning team, though.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a fun ride. I don't want to do anything to screw it up, or but I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, but I know that at the end of the day that we have a job to do, and I don't want to let any of these guys down.
Yeah. So your high school team wasn't very good?
Oh, we were, but I was just more talking about college, and so.
The crazy thing is, there's guys who play 15 years and don't get to the Super Bowl.
I know, and that's the crazy thing. And I'm an undrafted rookie fixing to play my first Super Bowl, so it's pretty cool.